Okay, so we're now going to start with the second part of phase 1 for grade 11. So we've done the focus question and the task definition, and now we're going to move along to the 10 research questions. So if you look at this part of your assessment rubric, I'm just going to go through this quickly. Questions, we get marks for the quality, and this is to guide your research and is not for the questionnaire, which will also make a little bit more sense later on. We need a minimum of 10 questions on at least 3 different levels. This must be relevant to the focus question. That will help you to answer the focus question and provide a solution to the problem, etc., etc. Okay, let me not drone on too long. What do we get marks for the questions? All questions provided are relevant to the focus question and will help to answer the focus question. It includes a variety of questions. There are at least 3 different levels. They're all organized under appropriate headings that are relevant to the topic. It has a possible and appropriate source type. We're only going to do that a little bit later on. And there are at least 10 questions. So those are the marks that you receive for this next section. So let's go back to our Word document here. Sorry, let me just quickly, I closed the Word document now, so let me just get it open again. Sorry about that. Here we go. I apologize for the hold up there. Okay, so we have now done those things in the cover page. We've done our focus question and our task definition. So now we are on page 5 here, and you will see here that I have already inserted 3 categories for you. So you remember that 1 mark was for it's divided up into different headings or categories. That is what they're talking about here. The one says general information. Number 1, general information. The second one says challenges and risks. And the last one here says possible solutions. Now, these are the suggested 3 headings that come from me. You are allowed to change this. So I'm actually quickly going to show you where to find some other suggestions. And this is also something you will find in your PAT document. But if I have it open on the screen now, you can also just take a look if there is something there that you prefer. Let me just get that open for you as well. Okay. On slide number 62 of this PowerPoint presentation called CatPat 2022 presentation. Okay, that's in your documents. You will see that on slide 62, they have some more examples for you here of possible categories that you can choose from. So if you don't feel comfortable with the ones that I automatically put in there for you, you are welcome to change to impact, cost, community involvement, solutions. If there's something there that makes more sense to you and you feel like you can think of better research questions under one of those headings, you are more than welcome to go to one of those. Okay, then back to, I also just quickly want to refer to slide 60 here. And what I like doing is you can actually take this table and copy it as a whole. Let me just see how to do that properly now. I'm going to have to look for a specific, there we go, that one. Then you should be able to copy and paste that in your Word document. This is not a must. It just makes your life a little bit easier while you are doing your questions so that you don't have to jump back and forth too much. You just have to remember to come and delete this when you're done, okay? Oh, let's see if we can just get a better pasting option there. Okay. Okay, so this little table is going to just help you with those different levels. Remember there was a mark for at least 3 different levels. You'll see that there's 4 levels here. So that gives you a bit of room to play with in terms of the levels of the questions. Okay, so now let me help you with what exactly are these research questions. Our focus question is, let's use the media now. How can drone technology improve journalism? Let's just stick to that. So my first question is then, under general information, I just want to make sure I understand what is drone tech. Sorry about that. Technology. And remember your question mark. So just that. That's one question that is going to help us understand the discussion, the topic, and will help us to get to an answer of how is drone technology going to improve. Obviously, we cannot answer the question of how drone technology will improve journalism if we don't even understand what drone technology is. Okay. So now the next thing is, now we have the question, all right? We want to know what drone technology is. So now I'm going to, and this part is going to be a little bit more challenging. We'll talk in class about how we're going to do this with not having an internet connection on our computers. You're going to have to do it on your cell phone. You are connected to the Wi-Fi. So you can then, let me just also get my browser open here. Okay, so now I've got that research question, right? Let me just share that with you. There we go. So I'm going to type exactly that into my browser. What is drone technology? And then now you just have to make sure that you choose something here. There's looks like a nice definition. You can go down and pick your options, okay? So firstly, you're going to need the URL, né? This is your URL. So you need to copy your URL, or you're going to retype it depending on which way you're going to work now, and paste that underneath your research question. Where's my Word document now? There we go. So you are going to paste that URL where you found this question over there. It will be something like https / wherever you found this. That must be the full URL. Please, I don't want just www.technology.com. That's not a very believable site. And then I know you've made stuff up. So just make sure. We'll discuss the screenshots a little bit later, as I know that it's challenging with the way that we're working now. But the idea is that you actually take a screenshot of the information that you found on what is drone technology, and then retype that in your own words here. So just to go back to the resource here, the internet browser I've got open. Where's that now? Here we go. So let's say, for example, I'm not going to waste time reading through this now. You're going to have to do a little bit more, go to a little bit more effort here. But you cannot, and guys, please, I'm really want to say I'm warning you, but I don't want to sound like I'm threatening you. So the idea is here. There's a button on your keyboard that says print screen. If you don't know where it is, call me, I'll show you, okay? So I've just pressed the print screen button. I've decided that I'm going to use this first paragraph as the answer to what is drone technology. I'm going back to my research report. So the idea is that I now paste this screenshot over here. I can just improve the look of it by cropping this a little bit. Okay. And then from the information I have here, I'm now going to read it and retype it in my own words. The drone is an unmanned aircraft. Drones are more formally known as unmanned aerial vehicles or unmanned aircrafts, flying robot that can be remotely controlled. And now I have to retype this in my own words. A drone is a flying, or let's say an aircraft, which is unmanned and is used to or uses sensors, blah blah blah. Okay, so you now have to do this for 10 questions. And remember your headings here. I'm now still finding general information. My next question might be what, or let's say, how can media be defined? Or what sections can we find under media? What are subsections of media? Something like that. Remember, we're under general information here. Also, I'm now going to refer back to my levels here. So I now have what, okay, that's a level 1, and how, that's actually a level 2. So if I say, how can media be defined? Then that's a level 2 question. Go back to your browser, type in how can media be defined, screenshot URL, retype in your own words. So this section is going to take you a little bit of time, but you have to work very focused. Make sure that you type in your question, look for the answer, screenshot URL, retype in your own words. Don't waste hours and hours thinking, how can you do this now? What type of question? If you get stuck, call me over. I'll give you 2 or 3 hints on questions just to get your mind going, and you need to continue. Challenges and risks. Immediately I'm thinking of what are the costs involved? What training is necessary for people to operate? How do you know which type of version or what model of a drone would be best suited to your area? Also remember that we're using a subtopic here. So now with your higher levels of questions and under challenges and risks, you need to say, how can media benefit from using drone technology, journalism, or security? What other options are there in drone technology or in security for improvement? All these kind of things. Possible solutions might be, in this case, a little bit more tricky because we're saying that we're using drone technology to improve. We're not really looking for different options, but you can say that you're using training. Where can one, can training to operate a drone be received? Something like that. That's a bit of a terribly phrased sentence, but you get the idea. So some of those things that we said, the costs involved, maybe you can now in a possible solution say, are there more cost effective drones on the market? Something like that. Okay, and each time, every single time, you have your URL, your print screen. Again, if the print screen is a bit difficult because you're not working on the same device to do your research, then you are completing your Word document, we will find a way to get past that issue. But just remember to maybe take screenshots on your phone of the answers that you receive and save them there so that we can later on put them into your Word document and we don't have to go and search for all those answers again. Okay, guys, so I'm going to stop this video here so that you can now complete all your 10 questions. Remember, please don't suffer in silence. If you get stuck and you don't have any more questions that you can think of to break up your research question into, I'm more than happy to come and help. Okay, good luck.